What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back for another episode of Oddsparks. I just got done recording that that video that I made about pathing and efficiency on daisy chaining and stuff like that, and boy oh boy did I make a mistake on that video. Been checking the comments and everybody called me out on my mistake immediately. My spark distribution was not dense enough on lane 3, so that's why I ran into problems with that lane. But I fixed it in this example, which you guys aren't gonna probably see. But yeah, no. Anyway, so let's get into this. What did I want to do today? I wanted to do some more stuff as far as the quests are concerned, and I also wanted to go around and upgrade a bunch of my paths. So let's go ahead and do that. I've got some stone pathing on me right now, but we can go grab more. I did some upgrades just to see some of the difference. It's a pretty big difference in terms of move speed. I don't know exactly how fast. I mean, I'm sure I could test it, but it feels like it's like double the amount of speed. It's at least 50%. Anyway, let's grab some of these pathing. We're going to need quite a bit of it, I think. So, let's grab full stacks. The upgrading is actually pretty seamless. You walk over to a path. If you see little up arrows, then it'll upgrade the whole section up until you have a path add-on. Very useful. So yeah, we're gonna run around and do some of these, at least some of the longer paths. So let's go ahead and do some of this. This is gonna obviously introduce more problems as far as structure and timing on some of the belts and all that, but as long as you get them all, I think we'll be okay. So let's head on over. This is going to be the big one, this line right here. This is going to increase throughput by... Oops. Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, this is going to increase throughput by a significant margin, I think. Yeah, that's not too bad. I don't think it further increases your run speed on it, but could be wrong. So that's not too bad. It takes a lot of pathing to do this, though. Like, a lot. Let's see, what's another thing I would like to upgrade as far as paths are concerned? Probably this stone pathing. This path here, where I've got the Bielephant farm. That would probably be a good idea. Any long paths I should probably do. I don't think this one needs it, but we might as well. This is staying pretty well supplied. Return trips on dropping off inventory would probably be a good idea. How's everyone doing today, by the way? Forgot to ask. Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, we're out of stone path, so we can't do any more. That's okay, though. The factory runs pretty well without it. Part of the big problem, though, is we're going to end up with discrepancies on speed, to say the least. That's okay, we'll figure it out. Heck, I might even have to up production on it. kind of manually feed some stuff in here if we absolutely need to. I've got some pebbles just sitting here. I wonder if we could get away with actually loading up 2 of these path-making machines. Might not be a terrible idea. What are you producing? 5.6 a minute? Not a terribly large amount. A minute. How much is this producing? This is producing the exact same amount that's required for this, although it takes 10, so we would need to up the production on our pebble, because it only makes two stacks of pebbles. This is also making 2 stacks of pebbles. Stone plates. I don't think I need stone plates right now. Yeah, I don't even think we're really consuming them. We're just kind of getting rid of them. So yeah, we could swap this over to pebbles for now. I don't think that's going to significantly increase our output, but every little bit can help, I suppose. I mean, as long as this consistently has 10 plus by the time it makes the new batch, that's all we're looking for. So those get collected, and then it's stationary. We're close. We're pretty close. Yeah, we're getting like 9 or 10 seconds of downtime between production on plates. I mean, that's probably fine for what we're doing. I could upscale a lot of this if I took advantage of more of these rocks and fed them into this line or something like that. Although, I don't think it's necessarily our input of rocks that's the problem, because we're getting rid of pretty much a good chunk of the rocks that we send through. So it's not the throughput that's the problem anymore. I could probably get rid of this weight gate too. It never really served a great function, but I just kind of had it there. Yeah, our throughput of rocks is too high for the amount of machines we have. So I could probably comfortably slot in another machine. Now, where would I want to put it? I guess I could just slot it in, like, right here. I could do this and just load it directly into there. Do I want to do that, though? So if I do this, we don't have any path. For now, this will have to do. If I do this, if I put a crossing in here, do this straight across. this straight across. Set this up as a one-way. Which, if we're gonna do it that way, I mean, I could have this split go straight across and into it, but it kind of serves the same purpose the way that I kind of just threw it on here anyway. Alright, so let's set up the pebble right now. Okay. Boy, oh boy, is it ugly, but technically works. And we can set this up. If we set that up as a 0, that's just going to block the movement. So that's fine. If they walk a little bit further, it's not that big a deal. So what I would like to do... You know what? If I put filter here for 0 items, is that gonna ruin anything? It doesn't look like it's ruining anything. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, it's entirely unnecessary anyway. Yeah, let's just set this up as a separate collection point. Not worry about that. Alright, so how would I set this up? Unfortunately, crates can only really be done up this way. Yeah, I'll have to move this machine slightly. Alright. Serves me right, I guess. Should still work. We can even take one of the little rows out of there. Okay. So from here, I would like to have would I like to have that there? Probably not. Because the problem is that they're coming in. Well, no, this could still work. If we set it up so that empty sparks can still walk through, that should be okay, I think. Yeah, that I think will be okay. Let me set up another path just to connect that. Just throw 15 on there. Should work, I think. They'll deposit in here, and then if we get rid of this item filter, I don't think that'll mess with anything. So any empty sparks will automatically grab from that. They'll drop off. They still won't get circulated into this path. Yeah, because at this point, we just always want to have, when they reach this path, we just want them to have a pebble in their hands. So it's constantly feeding in there, so there's no downtime. Yeah, I think that works. Not the prettiest solution, but if it works, I guess. Alright. Let's go ahead and drop these in here. And that is not bad. Okay. You guys said you wanted to see all the all the work. Well, here you go. There we go. Cool. Well, that only leaves us with a little bit of pathing. Still going to need more. So let's grab those. We'll grab whatever we can, and we'll just kind of run around here. Okay, so I'm going to need 100 limestone. Should be easy. 100 wooden panels. I've already got that laying around somewhere. And 100 quartz. The quartz I don't have laying around, but it shouldn't be too terribly difficult for us to get that together. Could set up a surplus line of quartz just here, like that. I've already got one for rope, so would be a good idea. Need you guys anymore. Alright, well, let's let that kind of do its thing, and we'll head over this way and grab some limestone. Wooden panels I can grab on the way back, so not too worried about that. So, okay, I'm at 120 now. That's fine. Yeah, pretty much it's just going to be the quartz we're waiting on. We're going to need a lot more for the village expansion. 300 quartz, 200 limestone I'm pretty sure we've got laying around. It's just the quartz that's going to be the problem. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's throw some more of you guys on here and upgrade some of these paths. Yeah, that's a much faster distribution there. Same with this path, we can... Oops. Dang. Icon's not lined up properly. Alright. That'll help out a little bit. Let's throw some more on the line here. Yeah, that's looking better. Looking much better. Where are we at? 66. Autosave, thank you. Alright, now we just need one more stack of 20 and we'll be good. We can grab all our wood panels. I can just run down here to our train stop and do that. Speaking of which, our train has been fueling very well, so I think the 15 seconds of fueling has been a-okay. Our offloading has been fine. I would like to upgrade this as far as our unloading is concerned. We're not stocking up on a whole lot, so we don't have to worry that much about it. We're not producing incredibly quickly as far as all the sparks and stuff I set up on that line. But, yeah. At this point, that's okay. Let's drop this stuff off, and then we'll go back for the wooden panels. Look at this. Very cool setup. So that'll block. That'll block. Kind of cool. Messed around a little bit with the motion sensors. I didn't do a whole lot with them. Couldn't get it to work exactly how I wanted. See, I wanted it to work... oh, I did have the wood panels on me. The way I wanted it to work is I wanted the actual motion of the blocker to activate the actual motion sensor, but it doesn't work that way, so my plan kind of went under. Fantastic work! So those are the basic gates. Oh! Do you know what a truth table is? Maybe I should run lectures on the fundamentals. Probably a good idea. Now that you've worked with basic logic gates, I believe it's time to tinker with more complex logic gates. I have a lot in mind. I'd like to make you a counter, some gates that can help you with any signal flickering issues, and a way to send signals without wires. Oh, maybe even some latches. We could do data storage and sequential logic. Sequential logic, you say? I'm interested. This one should actually be pretty easy. Tried to engage some of the townsfolk with free lectures on binary logic, but the group of participants is small. Of course, that's fine. Not everything is for everyone. The group is asking a lot of questions and really invested in learning. I'm having a wonderful time. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time, scientist. I am also, likewise, having a wonderful time. Let's drop that off. Nice. Machine range, we got to get that up. Managing train networks remotely. That takes a rock Terran shell. I do know where some rock Terrans are. I don't know how to fight them yet, but I do know where they are. Okay. Dowsing stones, limestones, ether shards. Easy peasy. Limestone, we might have enough hanging around here somewhere. Potentially. How much is that now? 156. Close, but no cigar. I mean, we have upped our production of stone paths, so I guess that makes sense that we would start running out. Checks out. Checks out. Brings us up 196. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay. Go turn this in. I don't know what you're doing with all this limestone, but... Oh, you made it bigger. Haha, okay, so that's set up so that if this one's closed, this one opens, and vice versa. That's pretty cool. Alright. There you go. There's that. Now we just need the ether shards. Which should be easy. I think I can just walk out here and grab some, maybe. Close on that. We'll grab it from here. Man, getting into logic gates, that's going to be fun. Really? You're doing this thing again? Where I have to go out to your separate chest and do that there? Fine. Fine. I can do that. not a problem. That's why I set all these things up anyway. There you go, little guys. Deliver! Yeah, I think these are all upgraded fully. Alright, almost there. I think another thing I'd like to do pretty soon is set up some kind of a base in these forest sections for collecting at least wood, just to kind of have them set up. I'm gonna need them eventually, I'm sure. But, yeah. Filter gate, buffer gate, data flip-flop, wireless signal, sender and receiver, counter gate, set, reset, latch. If you were my student, you'd get an A+. Here are the blueprints for all your new gates. I hope you use them well. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now we just have to figure out how the heck all these things work. Okay, so that's pretty cheap to make. It's pretty good. Logic gates. Send a signal if it has not received a signal, and stop sending a signal if it receives one. Interesting. An AND gate sends a signal if it has received signals from both inputs. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to spend some off camera time learning how to use all these things and how I want to integrate them into my pre-existing setups. First, I'd have to figure out where my inefficiencies lie in my setups and how I would want them to work. Like, okay, an example of what I would do is, instead of having this on a switch, I would make it so that these blockers would go down if an item is placed in one of these containers. You know what I'm saying? So it would have to be something like a capacity observer watching this chest. When it gets a signal, it opens. But I mean, I think I can already do that without having logic gates. So I would have to have a secondary thing I'd want it to do. I don't know. I got to think about these things in more layers, I suppose. Like, train stations are probably a good idea as far as how to set it up, you know? I should also put a compressor over here, I think. Choppy sparks. I make so many choppy sparks. Too many, some would say. Which, I need more stone. Of all the things to need, stone is just one of those things. I end up needing a lot of it. I could probably dismantle this whole setup too. All they're probably doing is just increasing lag in my game. Which, for the amount of crap I have, I mean, it's not lagging very hard. Little hitches here and there. It's not perfect. Another optimization pass or something like that would probably do a bit of difference. It's not enough for me to care about, but I know some people get a little bit touchy when it comes to dropping frames here and there. But I've been playing video games for a long time now, so I remember when video games were like 10 FPS. So, not that big a deal to me, but I think it's more the inconsistency of FPS that kind of gets to some people, which I can understand. Inconsistency is worse than just slow. It's like having a a spotty internet connection is worse than having a no internet connection. You'll be in the middle of something and then, bam, 1 megabyte per second. Terrible. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Anyway, where was I? We were grabbing some of these, is what we were doing. So that way I can grab a compressor and put it on this line right here. There you go. Yeah, because as it is right now, when they get too full, they end up clogging up the holders, and then people that are grabbing can't do anything, and yeah, it's a pain. A little bit of a pain. Got a good amount of carry sparks just hanging out. That's good. I like that. We can drop any excess sparks we have over here. And then, what would I like to do? The most important sparks are taken care of over here. I think I've got enough fertilizer, by the way. Yeah, that's going to be 160 right there. There's 200. Limestone, pretty sure we don't have that saved up. We've been kind of going pretty hard on the limestone here to get all our paths. So, not too worried about that. Quartz, we definitely don't have enough, because our little barrel we have over there could only hold 160 as is, so we'll have to take a couple trips for that. That's okay, though. We can take that. We'll need to drop some of it off in this chest over here. Have any limestone in here? No. No, I do not. I do have some quartz, though. Do have some quartz, so we can take that. That can get started. That's fine. Let's just head up here. Path is coming along. How are we looking? Pretty good. Pretty good. You're looking great. That's 160. That should be more than enough. Now, let's go see about our limestone. I don't have a whole lot of inventory slots left, but it's okay. How many did we drop off in the quartz over there? Looks like 54. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get some more limestone production, I think. Although, is it a production issue or is it a collection issue? Because if it's a collection issue, we can deal with that right now. It is getting to 20. But they are kind of coming back pretty quickly to grab it, so I think upgrading this path would be more than enough. I don't think we need to add any more on here. That's fine. Dropped off. Still have a bunch more. I think that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be enough. It's actually too much. Well, that'll take a minute. I think eventually, I think pretty soon actually, we're going to end up unlocking larger storage containers. Looking forward to that. But we're pretty much done with Tier 5. This will be the big one that we gotta do, but it's not too bad. Not too bad at all, I think. Trains over here. Empty. 9, 3, 3. No crafty sparks. We don't really have any crafty sparks being created. It's probably fine depending on our surplus. Yeah, it's probably fine. I don't use a whole lot of them. If anything, I need to put more hauling sparks on lines. We got a lot of them. It's doing that annoying thing where it is offset by a lot. Yeah, at least it unloads pretty quickly. Blink of an eye. Okay, so you're all ready. Do that. I actually need 100 more quartz almost. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna finish this quest before I end the episode. Otherwise, I'll end up getting distracted with something else. Mark my words. It's kind of nice seeing the train tracks going around. I look forward to having more of them in the world. I just have to figure out what's worthy of actually transporting. I should probably work, I don't know, my way out and then work my way in. I don't know. I actually don't think I need that much. How much do I have? 120? Yeah, I don't need it. I don't need 120. Take 100. Sure. Why not? This is humming along. Does that bring us up to 67? Not enough. We're just kind of trickling along here. Should probably set up some interim storage in between. Probably wouldn't wouldn't be a terrible idea. I like how fast they're running around a little circle. Let's see, if memory serves, I believe I had a rock Terran somewhere around here. So eventually we'll have to go over there and see about pissing him off. Just another work in progress, though. I mean, the funny thing is I could just literally walk over here and do this. But no, I want them to walk over and grab it. Alright, we're gonna need more limestone. Let's go grab some more. You know, I'm recording these episodes pretty far in advance, at least for now. I still don't know if everyone's still watching the episodes, you know? I hope you are. I hope you're still enjoying your time with this series. I am. Maybe it would have been better for us to just grab straight from here the entire time, huh? So close. Alright, that's enough. That is enough. Alright, let's go talk to the mayor. And then I can finally end this episode. I think this is, what, episode 21? I'm so curious to see how the final building looks. Plans were quite modern. The final building, you say? Where is it? Right here. Now everybody's got quests. Oh wow. That's impressive. Look at this. You've got a counter? Wow. That is fancy. Counter gate, counter gate. Sends a signal after it has received 10. There's my alarm. Sends a signal after it's received 10. 10. I like how they designed all these little things. So what's that do? Oh, okay, so when that ticks over, that's gonna up that, so... Sorry I messed up your count. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, well, we'll talk to everybody in the next episode. So I think I'm going to leave it there. If you guys liked it, feel free to hit the like button, leave a comment down below, so on and so forth. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.